Hazar Baruch. This year, Harav Yissachar, Frand, Shelita, in his Teshuva Dasha that he gives before Rosh Hashanah, and he came to Los Angeles. He gave that speech at Yavne. This past Mosai Shabbat, he spoke about dangers of using cell phone, smartphones. And actually the topic of the speech was, is your master in your pocket? So what is that referring to? That's referring to a Gemara. That Gemara speaks about, over there Avodah Zarah, those who worshipped Avodah Zarah, at one point they were forbidden, they were not allowed to have Avodah Zarah on outside. So they had so much Yissachar, they had so much evil inclination of worshipping Avodah Zarah, that they made a small Avodah Zarah, pocket size, and they put it in their pocket, and whenever they had a chance, they would take it out, and they would, hug it, they would kiss it. Now that could be referred to our smartphones, unfortunately, because the smartphone of a person, right, it has so much value to him that sometimes can be viewed as a Avodah Zarah, chas v'shalom. So Harav Yissachar Frand went on and explaining that an average person spends 36 minutes a day over his cell phone, right? And unfortunately the problem is that people are getting into the habit of using cell phone, texting, social media and all that the new generation, they don't know how to talk. They don't know how to talk over the phone. They don't talk over the phone. They're texting so much. They cannot engage in one-to-one conversation. Something that really, really makes human being unique is the ability of conversation, making a good conversation with another person, that unfortunately the cell phones are taking that away from us. Another problem that using cell phone, the danger that imposes to us is that people are losing their concentration ability, right? They want so much instant gratifications, right, that they want to achieve things in a moment that they cannot concentrate, they cannot wait, they don't have patience anymore, right? And the bigger problem is by parents, because parents cannot control their children. They give them cell phones and so many iPods and iPads and all that unfortunately the children are wasting their time that way, that they never learn how to live in the real world, right? So Harav Yissachar Frand Shelita brought a story. This is a very sad story, but very educational. That there was this father used to go, to play sport with his son. If I remember correctly, it was baseball, hockey. Thank you. It was hockey, and he goes. Right as they go, he remembers that he forgot to bring his cell phone. So he tells his son, "Oh, I forgot to bring my cell phone." So his son tells him, "So father, perhaps after all these years, now you can pay attention to how I play." Oh, wow. Right? Because unfortunately people, they go there, physically they are there, but really, they're playing with the cell phone, they're texting, they're checking the email, right?
Their mind is somewhere else.
Their mind is somewhere else, right? I saw a beautiful picture. Somebody who had his Siddur open, and at the same time he was texting too, right? Unfortunately, we don't see that here, Baruch Hashem, but in some places they can do, they are multitasks, and they can do this, but it's the problem, right? You're supposed to communicate to Hashem, and what are you doing? You're fooling yourself. You texting to someone else. What's going on, right? So a person needs to set his priorities, right? At home, person should put away his cell phone. He needs to give full attention to his children and to their spouse, right? At place of work, if you talking to someone, don't multitask. And don't look at your cell phone at the same time try to talk with the person. That's very irresponsible and disrespectful, right? Another thing that a person can do, perhaps make a log, right? Make a log of the times that he came to use his cell phones. If you pay attention, we check our cell phones too much. You don't need to do it so much, right? And you waste that time, your precious time that way, right? And Be'ezrat Hashem, with this, a person who comes to control the gadgets that we have, these technology that we have, he becomes the master over the technology, not the technology